Hello and thanks for joining me for another installment of Dumb It Down for Me, Dave. I'm Dave Sebastian from Skyrope, and I want to welcome you to my little video blog here. The purpose of this blog is to inform small business owners about technologies that are really business transformers. Technologies that can really have a major impact on your business, whether it's in your operations, your sales and marketing, productivity, communications. So that's what we really try to focus on here. So let's just dive right into it. We're going to talk today about cloud computing. Now that's a buzzword that pretty much everybody's been talking about, and we really want to find out today is it really a good choice for your business? What is cloud computing, and what are the benefits that it might be able to provide to you? So it's going to start with a really basic definition of what cloud computing is. In its most basic sense, cloud computing gives a business owner the ability to free themselves from maintaining the infrastructure of a specific resource. Let's look at an example. Today, in your office, you may have a server that is maintaining all of your files, and that runs on a piece of hardware. And that piece of hardware requires updating and maintenance that you might get from a third party, or maybe you have an internal IT person who maintains that hardware for you. But in this model, you're responsible for that infrastructure. In cloud-based computing, that infrastructure is now pushed to a third-party provider. And the term cloud has really been, is now being used widely. But in reality, what the cloud is a third-party provider that has space in a data center or multiple data centers where they have racks and racks of servers that are providing that infrastructure for you, where now you don't have to worry about it anymore. So now that the infrastructure is gone, all you have to worry about now is your connectivity to the cloud provider, and that is usually done through the internet. So now you have to be concerned about the robustness of your internet connection, because now the email that you were receiving locally on your LAN, or maybe an application that you are running on your LAN, is now going to be served through the cloud by the third-party provider. So your internet connection is very important. So really that's the basic premise of what cloud computing is. I guess you could call it the 30-second elevator pitch. But at the end of the day, you're not worrying about that infrastructure anymore, and you're now receiving that as a service. So let's talk about some of the benefits to that. Your capital outlay. So if you wanted to bring up that resource today, you don't have to worry about purchasing the server and maintaining it anymore. You literally can get started in a matter of hours through your provider by turning up the service and paying a monthly subscription fee. Now, what are some of the benefits to that? One, you certainly don't have to worry about buying software licenses. That's going to be handled by the third-party provider. Also, since the software is being maintained by the provider, they're going to keep it updated for you. So I would imagine that there's probably some applications that you're running in your office today that might not be the latest and greatest versions of that software. With a cloud computing model, you really protect yourself from obsolescence. That software is going to be updated, and you're going to have the latest and greatest features always available to you at your fingertips. Another great benefit is these resources will scale as your business scales. So if you start off today with maybe 3 or 5 users taking advantage of, say, a hosted email service or hosted CRM service, you can easily scale that up by simply purchasing another user license or subscription to that service. In the old model, you'd have to buy another license, and you have to be careful that your hardware was spec'd properly. So if you went from 5 users to 50 users in a matter of a couple of years, that hardware that you purchased might not be able to fit the bill to support all those users. So scalability is a real benefit to cloud computing, because again, you're not worried about the nuts and bolts of running that resource. The third-party cloud provider is. You just worry about utilizing the application. Now, since the cloud provider has spent all this money in this data center and and has all these wonderful things like diesel generators and backup power, you get to experience high availability, meaning that you're no longer subject to any of the vulnerabilities that your office might have. For example, power outages or lightning strikes, or maybe a flood possibility, or even someone just knocking something over. In the data center, all of that is taken care of, so you enjoy high availability. Now let's talk about your connection again to the data center. It's going to be through the internet most likely. So you probably want to pay special attention to how robust that connection is. You want to make sure that it's scaled properly. So you may want to consider upgrading your internet speed if you're going to move an application that was normally being served by a piece of hardware in your office is now going to be served over the internet. So your speed to that server in your office was very fast because it's literally going from point A to point B within a closed environment over an Ethernet wire. Now it's going to be traveling over the internet. So you want to make sure you've got plenty of internet speed, and you might want to consider a redundant connection. Many of our customers, especially in the Boston area, have taken advantage of a wireless connection. So what are some of the most popular cloud-based solutions for businesses today? One of the most popular would be email. Another really popular cloud-based solution for your office is file services. File services have dropped tremendously in price because storage has gone down, but the ability to store your files in the cloud rather than having them in your office poses a lot of great benefits to your business. The first, most obvious one is accessibility. So today you might have to have a VPN in order to access files in your office, or you may use a go to my PC type of solution where you take over your machine at work. When you have files in the cloud, since the cloud provider is connected to the internet, you can get access to your files really from anywhere that you can get an internet connection. And there's some really great solutions out there today that actually have integration into iPhone and BlackBerry. So you can literally get access to files from your PDA device and be able to access them, and in addition to that, collaborate. There's some really great cloud-based solutions that can allow you to share your files, store your files, and collaborate with third parties with very easy user interfaces. So I hope that provides you with a good background on what cloud computing is and some of the benefits to small business. If you have any questions or you'd like to talk about it to us a little bit more, please reach out to us on our website at skyrope.com, or give us a call at 888-SKYROPE, or again, send me an email to dumbitdownformedave, or DIDD @skyrope.com. Look forward to seeing you next time. Take care.